Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So good to see you here this morning on my conscious eating, conscious living. And we are the alchemical shift makers. We are changing things with our open heart and the loving kindness and tolerance and patience we have for ourselves and one another. This is February 14th, Valentine's Day. And I want you just to get yourself centered and just imagine your feet are going into the earth. Just feel the love and the gratitude for everything that we get from the earth. We are of the earth, from the earth. And I'm just going to do just the heartbeat of the earth and the heartbeat of you, the heartbeat of humanity, of every person on the planet, every living being on the planet, the trees, the flowers, the grass, the sky, the clouds, all those things that you don't think are living consciousnesses are. Just breathe it in. Feel your connection to the earth, to the cosmos, to the creation of all it is. You and I are not alone. Never have been, never will be. Just breathe into that love. And breathe out the joy and the gratitude for the gift of life each day. So this morning, because it's Valentine's Day, I thought it might be a good thing to talk about chocolate. I love chocolate. I don't know about you folks. I know some people don't, and that's okay because we all like different things. And so I found some information about chocolate. And so I'm going to share that with you this morning. So, yeah, chocolate, and actually it's where it came from, the cacao. It's kind of an interesting story. So we're going to go back into a bit of history. And chocolate and Valentine's Day. It just seemed like it's always been one of those um, loving, ageless partnerships that we have. And I love looking at the history of things, especially what I enjoy eating. And of course, as I said, I love chocolate, especially the dark chocolate. I'm not so keen on the milk chocolate, but the dark one is, I just I love it. The botanical name of chocolate is called Theobroma, and it literally means food of the gods. And that sounds like it's a pretty good, for my soul, kind of food. Uh, Cacao is the bean within the fruit of the cacao tree that's grown in beautiful tropical warm conditions along the equator. And the tree produces these football shaped fruits and the cacao pods and the beans are found inside the pods, and that's what gets roasted and ground into the cacao and the cocoa. And although it originated in the Americas, West African countries in Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana are the leading producers of cocoa in the 21st century, accounting for 60% of the world's cocoa supply. And some of you may have heard of the Camino brand chocolate. The cacao trees are typically planted among fruit trees such as guava and mango to provide the benefits such as shade for the cacao tree, increasing the biodiversity on the farm, inhibiting the growth of weeds, and reducing the need for chemical herbicides. And provides additional food and income for the farmer's family. The Alter Eco brand, which is what I have here, is one that I really like. It's from Switzerland, and they know the farmers that grow the cacao. And some of the sales goes back to helping funding the canopy of the rainforest, the fruit trees, and some of the plants that are actually native to the area. So that's all being replanted in Peru and Ecuador, and it's organic. And apparently, the seedlings, it takes 5 years to mature before they start ready to produce. Now, like a lot of plants, trees, the cocoa plant can be attacked by a wide range of pests and diseases. And the use of some amount of chemical in the form of fertilizers, insecticides, and fungicides is considered unavoidable in the effective management of cocoa farms. But the previous two companies are showing that it can be grown organically and in a healthy manner. For the farmers, the pickers, the people who process it, and the earth herself, and then us who eat it. And a major issue is that the cocoa bean has a very high content of butter, fat, which absorbs the active ingredients in the insecticides. Another good reason for not having um, or having it organic. And historically, the Olmecs of southern Mexico were the earliest known users back in 1500 BC, where traces of theobromine, one of the compounds found in chocolate and tea, was discovered in the pots and vessels. And they're not sure actually what they were eating, whether they were creating a drink or a chocolate. Um, but the compound was actually found in the pots. And then the Mayans made chocolate drinks for celebrations and to finalize important transactions. And Native Mesoamerican peoples brewed chocolate with medicinal herbs, and it's been used as a sacrament in a shamanic ceremony, and a practice that still continues today. And the Aztecs believed it was a gift from the gods, and they revered it very much. And they also used the cocoa beans as currency to buy food and other goods, more valuable than the gold itself. And early explorers brought the chocolate back to Spain in the late 1500s, and from there spread to other European countries. And I remember hearing about Dutch chocolate as a kid, and never really knowing what it was. But apparently, it was created in 1828 by a Dutch chemist, Conrad Johannes van Houten, by treating cacao beans with alkaline salt to make a powdered chocolate that was easy to mix with water. This then became known as Dutch processing, and Dutch cocoa was born. Apparently, his father was actually given the credit, should have been given the credit for inventing the cocoa press, which allowed the cocoa powder to be more affordable for everyone. Because up until that point, of course, it was the elite and the rich who could afford this very fancy treat. In 1847, J.S. Fry created the first chocolate bar. In 1876, Nestle and Daniel Peter brought milk chocolate to the market. And in 1879, Rudolf Lindt, another chocolatier, created a machine to mix and aerate the chocolate to give it that yummy, melt in your mouth quality. And so the chocolate industry was born. And with many of our luxury foods, unfortunately, and this is why we need to be more consciously aware of what we're eating, slaves were used on the new plantations that were needed to feed the growing demand. And actually, still today, according to one 2018 um, reference that I found, they're quoting 2 million children involved in the farming of cocoa in West Africa. So that the child slavery and trafficking is still a major concern. International attempts to improve conditions for children were failing because of persistent poverty, absence of schools, increasing world cocoa demand, and more intensive farming of cocoa, and continued exploitation of child labor. So we as conscious beings, knowing that we are all one brotherhood, sisterhood, we can make a difference in what we buy in the store. That's how we can start those first steps of making a difference. Read the labels, the packaging for the Eco, and inside is their story of how they decided to make their chocolate and how to assist the farmers. That should be on every package of chocolate. Where are they assisting? Is it Ghana? The government is supporting Ghana. They provide the pesticides, fertilizers, and the marketing for them. It's a huge part of Ghana's economy, but at what expense? We need to be thinking about that. Now, from an Ayurvedic perspective, which I've been learning about from my dear teacher, mentor, Andrea Haley Sankaran, chocolate is heating and stimulating, and as it's considered difficult to digest. And if you examine how it's made, you might understand that a bit better. It's a fermented product, so that adds additional fire element to it. All fermented foods are sharp and enzymatic. The next step in the process is to dry the cacao and then roast it. And each step in the process of cacao adds more intensity to the flavor. These qualities are most irritating to vata, stimulating, and pitta, heating, and best for kapha, stimulating, which is maybe why I love it so much. And if you don't know your dosha, go to goodgutayurveda.com and just it's a free dosha quiz, and find out what dosha you are, because it can affect what you're eating and affects your digestion. So I highly advise you go check that out. And I'll post that. I think it's already posted in my Facebook page. And I know there's a lot of research that's been done on chocolate. Like coffee, it's good for you, it's bad for you. Chocolate, it's good for you, it's bad for you. If you do the muscle testing and trust your gut intuition, that's one way of determining of maybe what kind of chocolate and how much to eat, that kind of thing. But it does have, thanks to science, they've been able to sort of pull out what the elements and the vitamins and the minerals. So it's high in magnesium, antioxidants, and flavonoids. It contains tryptophan, which is a serotonin precursor, and the theobromine, which is a substance similar to caffeine. It's got a bit of soluble fiber, iron, magnesium, copper, manganese, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, saturated monosaturated fatty acids, and apparently improves circulation and helps to relieve chest congestion. And from the joyfulbelly.com website, another Ayurvedic source for you to check out, great recipes. And they suggest, John, the founder, suggests adding rose to your chocolate, which will nourish the heart, leaving you feeling much more satisfied than plain chocolate. And with dark chocolate, covering with almonds, with sea salt and a protein, helps, and I presume that's nuts, helps prevent a sugar spike from eating chocolate alone. Salt adds a stimulating taste that helps balance the sweet. And perhaps if we considered chocolate more as a medicinal herb than a food, then maybe the best way to consume chocolate would be in small doses. And how does that all connect with Valentine's Day? Well, in 1871, when British chocolate maker Richard Cadbury started packaging his company's chocolate confections in little heart-shaped boxes, this fancy box created a whole new marketing process where men had this wonderful opportunity to buy all these fancy decorated boxes with some chocolate to give to the woman they loved. And it actually, at the time, it wasn't so much the chocolates inside as it was the outside of the box. And then once the chocolates were gone, it was this gorgeous little fancy box that people could put things in. And the 1930s was when it was really expanded in the American market to the incredible industry it is today. And an FYI, did you know the chocolate market size is expected to reach $171.6 billion by 2026? That's 5 years from now. That's a lot of money. And so Valentine's Day, just beautiful wishes for all of you. Enjoy your chocolate. I do, I will. I've got some, actually, I'm having what I've got left in my fridge from the AltoEgo is a blackout. And I believe that's 85% cacao. So not too much sugar. And I'll just have a look at what sugar is in it. And wow, you know what? I'd love it when they would make print on the boxes bigger. Anyway, so iron, 25% iron, the calcium, vitamin C, and sugar is 6 grams in five sections. So, and this bar I think had, I'm not sure if it's 10 sections. So it's not a lot of sugar. So go for the, if you can. I know I love the dark chocolate. Anyway, I know some of you don't, and that's okay. Now, our wisdom cards for the day. And these are by Manifest Your Magnificence. And that is with Susan Housen, Mike Piloto, Tom Brown, and the Wisdom of the Heart affirmation cards by Bodie Simpson and Eva Gillette of Dancing Jaguar Inspirations. So let's have a look at those cards. And let's have a look here. I'm just going to move that over. And there we go. So wisdom cards. And let's see, what color? What color do we want today? We had pink last time. Oh, here's one. Let's see. And today is one. And it says, I am peaceful. When I am still, I know all is well. And when we sit and be, even if just for a moment, that peacefulness within us radiates throughout the earth. We've got our Rosie's Hope Chest, and they emanate that, they radiate that through the entire planet. There's, I think, close to 100 around the planet. Still looking for some to go to China and more for Russia and Antarctica. I haven't got any in the Arctic or Antarctica. And if you know anybody going to Antarctica and would like to take a Rosie's Hope Chest, let me know and I'll give you one. And don't forget, I've got this contest on my Facebook page. All you have to say yes to peace, and I'm going to put you my wheel of names. And at the moment, guarantee you are the only one. So let's build up that wheel of names. So we've got quite a few of you to win one. You can, if you have one already, you can gift it away. It's all about collaborating and sharing, right? So that, now the other is the, and let's see. Yeah, I know. All right. What do we pick today? Yellow. I hear yellow. I've got a yellow one. There's a yellow. All right, the yellow one is, I am a good person. You are. We are. We were born magnificent and loved by all of creation. All of creation. All of us. We are a good person. Deep down, our essence heart, that guidance system that we can live by, that is us. And I know some of us have different evolutions on this planet, and it looks, when we look out into the world and we go, oh my gosh, is that person really doing what I hear and see them doing? They're not coming from integrity or sincerity. They're not being sincere. and they're not being integrous? And can we come from a compassionate, loving place? We don't know what their journey was or is. And if we just send them loving light, that's what we can do. So, any questions? You can always contact me at rosiesjoy11@gmail.com. And just a reminder that I am developing my new course, Trust Your Gut, Play, Eat, Thrive. Tap into your body's innate wisdom. You have your own food guide right here. Your body, your gut. You've got your own food guide. And when we eat properly, our digestion is working in harmony with the rest of our body. Every cell in our body can vibrate, and we can have that young at heart body for the next, I don't know how many decades. I plan on living in several more decades. We can. Our bodies are meant to live a long time. And when we eat the right foods for us, and we can. And we wake up every morning, rise and shine. And that Jumpstart Your Day program is going to be on my app, Authentic Sacred Design. Coming up, I'll announce it big time when it's actually live and running. And yeah, we can be that fit, new, young at heart, no matter what age we are, when we eat right. So, if you're interested in your future wellness, let me know. Contact me at rosiesjoy11, and we can have a quick 20-minute conversation. I'd love to chat with you, and just have a wonderful, wonderful day, and much love. Namaste. And thank you for joining me, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Share the love.